Welcome to Out of the Box Radio with me, your host, Christine Blosdale. Out of the Box Radio is a weekly podcast of audible ear candy dedicated to bringing a fresh perspective on this thing that we call life. And each and every week, we're going to be diving into the topics that matter most with lively conversations on issues such as health, wellness, and transformational healing, all with the goal of creating a better world and becoming a happier human being. I will be your tour guide for this epic adventure, and each and every week we're going to be embarking on a journey with the ultimate goal being transformation to our highest potential. And now, let's get out of the box.
Hi, I'm Blythe Metz. I teach quick and easy, healthy eating. Congratulations for getting this culinary healing home study course. You are well on your way to being your absolute very best self. All these recipes can be made in 5 minutes, excluding some germinating or soaking time. They are all vegan, plant-based, dairy-free, soy-free, and gluten-free, and incredibly tasty. So make these recipes at home. Certainly let me know if you have any questions, and I hope you really enjoy this.
That was a clip from an incredible home learning course called Healthy Recipes in 5. And that vivacious voice that you just heard is none other than my very special guest on today's Out of the Box episode. Blythe Metz is a metaphysician, chef, natural lifestyle expert, and certified hypnotherapist. She not only views food as vibration and energy and aims to teach others the power found in whole food nutrition, but she's also very passionate about helping people rebuild neural pathways that no longer serve them. Blythe teaches fabulous 5-minute raw food recipes, gluten and dairy-free cooked food recipes, therapeutic home spa treatments, and the very best in natural lifestyle tips and tricks. And she's here today to give you some amazing ideas and amazing tips and tricks as well to make your life a lot healthier. Welcome to Out of the Box, Blythe Metz. So good to see you again.
Thank you, Christine. It's great to be here.
I'm so happy because this program, Out of the Box, is all about going outside of what's normal in our lives, the day-to-day, the hectic stuff that we see. And every episode, I want to feature someone who I believe is doing something really incredible for the world and is passionate about what they're doing. And the world at large needs to know about them, needs to know about what they're doing. I want, if you don't mind, just to let our listeners know sort of your beginnings and how you got to where you are today. Because I know you have clients that you coach, you work with, you're an incredible chef as well. But talk to the listeners a little bit about how you got to where you are today.
Well, I struggled a lot as a teenager. I mean, in high school and college, actually, I had an eating disorder, and I never quite got food. And even though my mother, she made everything homemade, we never had packaged cookies. She was very on top of, we weren't allowed to drink soda. Even though she was very on top of what she thought was feeding us healthy, for some reason, I was really struggling. And it wasn't until in my early 20s when I actually went on a raw food retreat that I looked around and I saw all these people, and they had a glow in their eye and a lightness in their step and a way of being that I was like, wait a minute, these guys know something. There's something going on here. And even though I had been eating quote unquote nutritional foods, I wasn't eating fast food, I wasn't eating packaged frozen foods or anything like that, but I was just eating a lot of heavy, wheat, dairy, sugar, stuff that as a young woman wasn't serving my greatest good. So I gotta tell you, the first time I ate sprouted walnut taquitos, I was sitting in the parking lot of the Co-op in Santa Monica, and I had bought one of their raw food meals there, and oh my God, I took that bite of those sprouted walnuts with tomatoes and cilantro and all this fresh amazing stuff, and it was just like firecrackers went off in my head. I was like, this is real food. This is real food. This is what we're supposed to be getting. Raw herbs. We're supposed to be getting germinated seeds and nuts. And like I said, I thought I was eating healthy. I was eating, remember the food guide pyramid, which is now obsolete? They've canceled the food guide pyramid.
That food guide pyramid, I remember it in grade school and elementary school. And I always thought it was really strange that so much of it were all these starches and like
11
breads.
servings of grains
11 a day.
Yeah, 11
Who
servings
even eats 11 times a day?
11 servings of grains, 2 to 3 servings of meat a day, 2 to 3 servings of dairy a day. I mean, that's what I grew up on, and that's what my mother thought.
What
was
everybody
good.
grew up on.
Right now, it's canceled.
Now
they're like, never mind.
No, and look
that's
at
not right.
And look at especially it's because it's the SAD diet, right? The standard American diet. Look at how many people, and you know this better than anybody, but talk about like how many people have type 2 diabetes. Whereas, even 30, 40 years, again, also the food is different. It's genetically modified, heavily sprayed with pesticides and, herbicides or, fungicides.
Right.
And the most important thing, and I am I know because when I eat it, I feel like crap.
Yeah.
But let's talk about gluten. Let's talk about wheat,
sugar,
and
even
sugar
too
and
much
wheat.
dairy too.
Yeah.
It's like, and wheat. Yeah,
But wheat, it's not the same bread that my grandmother ate. And today we have people that are not only extremely obese. We're the most obese nation in the world, but it's the type 2 diabetes that is skyrocketing. Just even for our listeners who aren't aware, the difference between what is happening with the bread, the bread that you go and buy in the store, let's say.
Yeah, I mean,
I know you don't do it, but
right, the wheat is hulled differently. I mean, they used to not the hull used to be removed on the wheat, and now it's for efficiency. So it's like time is money, just to do things quicker. The hull of the wheat is being milled into the bread, and so it's basically like non-food. It's like wood, it's fiber. But diabetes. But what about cancer too? I mean, 1/3 of Americans have a cancer diagnosis, and let's face it, this what you need to correct cancer or to avoid cancer is your immune system to be strong, for you to be detoxified, for you to have the right alkalinity, and for you to be oxygenated, for your body to have the right amount of oxygen. All of those things come from food. Yes, oxygen is in food. So it's all the right foods. If we're getting the right foods, we can prevent cancer, which is sweeping the nation, and it's devastating.
Most importantly, I know that you have a new wonderful addition to your family.
I did.
And you have your wonderful baby.
Yes, my little Asta.
So you probably are more, I would say, because listen, I don't have children. I have a toy poodle, right? But when you're by yourself, or even if you and your loved one, your husband, your wife, it's one thing how we eat, because we kind of are, I'm not gonna say gluttons for punishment, but we're like we don't take as good a care of ourselves as that. But once you become a parent, not only are you looking at your health and longevity because you have somebody that you're going to take care of, but most importantly, she needs to grow on super healthy food. Did that? I mean, I know you were already really healthy and you're an amazing chef already. But did it change you when you had your baby? Did you like get it even more of an impact on you?
Well, what really changed was what my body needed, which was a huge shift for me, because instead of having so much raw foods, I needed more cooked foods. I needed more meat. Before I wasn't eating any meat, and so that definitely changed, which was such a great eye opener, because it made me realize that a woman to keep her like bikini body doesn't necessarily need the same diet as when you're creating a human. It's like you might need different things if you're building a human, and that children need different things.
And let's talk about just the societal norms of being a kid. This is the weirdest thing. Holidays, you get a straight A report card. Mm-hmm. Your birthday, what are you rewarded with? Sugar. Yeah. Okay. Birthday cake, candies, Halloween candy, cookies during the holidays. Again, and for me, and these are these are my fondest memories, but it's because my grandmother. It's not because of what I was ingesting, right. But if I was sad or something happened or I got in trouble, or even if I wasn't feeling really well, she'd take me to McDonald's and get me a chocolate shake.
Right, which is worse because the sugar
and the fat and the dairy, right. But I think what it was the memory of my grandmother that makes that feel so good. But can we talk about sugar? And it doesn't have to be related to just kids, because we're all impacted by it.
We still celebrate with it. And we also celebrate with alcohol, which is interesting because it's actually a depressant. So I always find that interesting.
And it's sugar.
Like we celebrate with alcohol. It's sugar and it's also a depressant.
But talk about that white stuff, which looks a lot like cocaine. Not that I've ever seen that.
It actually triggers the same receptors in your brain as cocaine. I mean, it's just... It's well documented that it triggers the same receptors. It gives us that same sort of high for a moment. And it also, there's been studies done that kids that eat sugar are more likely to, kids that are given sugar from a young age and have, perhaps more sugar than other children are more likely to have to start doing cocaine or have a cocaine addiction. It is reported. So.
And how is the sugar processed? Because is it true? Do they bleach it or something, or do they, what do they do chemically to it? Because I want people to know this, because when you rip open a packet, or you have sugar in your, and you throw it into a recipe, a lot of people do, right? They throw in, a cup of sugar.
Cup of sugar. Oh, me oh my.
Right?
Doesn't it seems so 50s.
Isn't that, it's a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down?
It's not. It's
okay,
terrible.
so, but if you can, just talk about what do they do to sugar?
I mean, it is bleached. I don't know about all the processes
it's bleached.
to it, but white sugar, because the sugar from the sugar cane is brown.
It's the same thing like with salt.
If you're going to do a sugar, do a brown sugar, but you could do a maple syrup instead of a sugar in a lot of recipes. Like a lot of people don't realize that you could do some substitutions.
There's a coconut.
Coconut sugar. I use coconut sugar if I'm doing like a gluten-free baked good. Like a friend of mine is producing a play called The Donut Shop, so I've been having fun creating some gluten-free donut recipes for her. So I'm using,
will you send me that? Yes, gluten-free donuts.
How easy are donuts to make, honestly?
How easy are donuts to eat?
Baked donuts, and they can actually be really quite healthy because I'll use a millet flour or a quinoa flour, and I'll use maple syrup, or I'll use a coconut sugar. And, it's coconut sugar is very high in minerals. So in coconut sugar is a lot lower in the glycemic index. So it doesn't spike your insulin to the same degree. But white sugar spikes your insulin. I mean, white sugar is not a natural food. It's been refined and refined and refined and refined. So that's the message, really, is like whatever you can pick off a tree is not going to be too bad for you.
Right. And even like the alternatives to sugar, a lot of, in the beginning, there was a lot of people that were all on the agave bandwagon, and they were doing a lot of the agave. But agave, I understand, is actually quite high on the glycemic index. It's quite sweet, right? It's like it's not something that you should just necessarily be pouring in your your coffee.
Right. And so is honey, but honey also, has a lot of nutrition. Honey does too. So it's a balance. It's a balance, and it's all about not having too much sweet. And knowing which sweet to give children and when. It's like...
Yeah. And let's talk about those artificial sweeteners. Because, again, a child of the 70s, as I was starting to be teenager, this explosion in diet soft drinks. It was like they got us all fat when we were kids on Coke and Pepsi. Because that's... Oh, by the way, when I was a kid, there was only Coke and Pepsi. Once in a while you could find a Fanta or something like that, or 7-Up. But that was the adult drink. It was either Coke or Pepsi. That was pretty much it.
And you were drinking 40 grams of sugar every time you had a can of soda. Do you realize that sometimes it's 52. There's some sodas, they go between 32 and about 52 grams of sugar. It's a lot.
But let's talk about that wicked invention, aspartame.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That stuff is cuckoo. Is crazy.
Yeah. It has a lot of power behind it. That's why it exists. In fact, in Mexico, the Diet Coke actually doesn't have aspartame in it. It has stevia. Stevia is amazing. If you put stevia in it, it would be so much better for you.
Right. I'm not crazy about any of that because it leaves like a weird metallic taste on my mouth.
I don't like, because you know why? Because it's processed stevia. Have you ever just eaten the green leaf? The stevia plant, like if you had a stevia plant right here and you pick off a couple green leaves and you put it in your tea, that's all you need. It's like we feel like we have to like over process everything and turn it into a white powder or liquid, or it's like
can't we just have like cocaine?
Can't we just have the plant? Like seriously.
I think with aspartame, it got pushed through. That fine fellow Donald Rumsfeld, I think, was quite intricate in getting aspartame out into the market through G.D. Searle. The whole history of that, people can Google that or Yahoo that or whatever. Just do aspartame and Donald Rumsfeld, and your mind will be blown.
Yeah, let's remember that aspartame is a neurotoxin. Like, let's just remember that it shuts down your frontal lobe. So to a degree, you know what I mean? So it's like, really, what is that doing? It's literally dumbing us all down.
It's an excitotoxin, which means that it excites the brain cells so much.
No, it's a neurotoxin, meaning like it does affect your brain in the sense that it almost dumbs it down. It almost like clouds your ability to perceive the world at large around you, your connectivity to things, your natural psychic nature. We all have a natural psychic nature. All of that
isn't that interesting?
It dumbs that down. That's our frontal lobe in the brain. That's what our frontal lobe
in the pineal gland is there too.
Exactly, connects us to what we're all connected to, because we're all connected.
Well, they don't want that.
They don't want us to all be connected because we're so huge.
Because if we were all connected, also we would go, you know what? We don't need poison.
No, we don't want GMOs in our water.
We don't want to have war, because that's right. We don't need nuclear. We don't, all of this stuff. We would be waking up little lambs would be waking up. One of the hardest things for me, it's not the diet sodas or anything like that. It's that darn crusty French bread that when it's all hot and delicious and you put some butter, I'm European, I guess. I don't know.
Just take some enzymes. Take some really good enzymes. Okay, if you have some bread.
For the listeners and myself who just love that delicious,
and bless it to your body.
But what kind of enzymes do you take? Is there some kind of gluten enzyme, anti-gluten enzyme?
Yeah, there's enzymes that break down carbohydrates. And
what are they?
So I mean, there's like Anilese. I mean, there's all the different chemical names for them, but I get a brand called One in Health.
One in Health.
Yeah, number one in health. And they're really good food grade enzymes. They're it's great to take when you're eating cooked food, because enzymes, remember, our enzymatic system is the catalyst for every single function of the body.
Right.
Every single action, organ, everything, the endocrine system, everything is firing based on our enzymatic process in our body. So when we add enzymes to our system, it helps with food digestion. When you digest food, the food is supposed to have enzymes in it, and your stomach has enzymes, and they work together. They work together.
Right.
Well, so often we're eating food that's devoid of enzymes, so that our body temple has to work extra hard, secrete extra of our own enzymes to break it down. So if we just add enzymes to the system,
right,
why we're eating cooked foods, because raw foods have enzymes in it, which is what's so great about raw foods, is they all have enzymes in it, but when we cook the food, we lose the enzymes.
And nobody talks about enzymes.
Yeah, nobody talks about enzymes. They're the spark of life.
Nobody
talks
about enzymes. Nobody says how important they are to have. Really, literally, there's not a whole bunch of books written about it. There's the stuff on the power of vitamin C and all this other stuff, but very little talked about enzymes. And I see so many people too, that are struggling with weight, and they don't even eat that much. This is the wild thing. They're not even eating very much food.
They need to detoxify a lot of those.
How do they do that though?
Because a lot of times their bellies are distended. Yeah, there's a lot of times that there's there could be 10, 25 pounds of mucoid plaque in their colon. I mean, I've seen it. It's like
mucoid plaque.
Mucoid plaque is undigested.
Is that poop?
Yeah, but poop is digested, right? So it's even undigested. It's even like pre-poop that just doesn't even become poop.
Poop?
Yes, because it gets so sticky inside the colon. It sticks to the colon wall. So then what's happening is that when they even are eating good food, it's not being assimilated into the system, because we absorb our nutrients through the colon wall.
And if it's
and if it's blocked with caked with the mucoid plaque, then we can't get those nutrients from the food we're eating. And that's a missing piece that a lot of people don't understand, and it frustrates people, because they're like, I'm eating right, I've been eating salads and broccoli every day for 2 months, and what's happening is you need to drink a lot of water and get some colon hydrotherapy to get that stuff out of there. Maybe just 3 treatments to get it out of there.
So you mentioned colon hydrotherapy. And people I know a lot of people aren't aware of it, because there's not a lot of the hydrotherapy places in my town. Yeah. And there should be. It's something that absolutely saved my life once when I was, I had a little bout where, obviously from the food that I was eating, the stress, bingo.
Digest your food when you're stressed. Never eat angry. your body will not, your peristalsis motion of the colon, all of that shuts down when you're stressed and angry.
So you literally won't be able to go.
Yeah.
If you're angry.
Yeah.
Or stressed.
Yeah.
Which is, not both, but you can be under
Either.
a lot of stress.
Yeah.
That's really, really important.
Yeah, because you know what? It's a nice treatment for yourself. People
Your skin.
might seem a little like it's a little weird, but it's not weird.
It's not weird.
It's like, it's a wonderful therapy treatment. And you can also buy an enema. I don't recommend enema bags because I don't understand how it gets dry in there completely, and you wouldn't want molds or anything.
Right.
So I don't understand how those really exist, but there's enema buckets that you can buy with a hose that are stainless steel buckets that you fill with water. So if you're really shy about going to a place, do it in your own bathroom. It's not, I mean, it's there's a little bit of a learning cube, watch a YouTube video.
Right.
Thank goodness for YouTube. You can like see someone, you can have a doctor show you how to do it on YouTube, and you can do it yourself if someone's really...
And we spend more time and money and energy making sure that our car, we change the oil in our car, we change the filter, but when it comes to our body, and in particular our elimination,
we're all freaked out about it.
You know what? I think as Americans, we're freaked out about poop,
Yeah.
and about our bodies, and about our butts.
Yeah.
And that area.
Yeah.
I think it's just that whole area.
Let's just love that area. Let's just give it love. Let's just say, what do you need?
Isn't there a book? There's a book called Everybody Poops.
Yeah, that's a great little book. Yeah,
and it's like
kids.
It shows you like ducks poop and dogs poop and people poop. Yeah,
yeah.
We're talking about poop. If you just joined us, we're talking about poop with my dear friend, my dear friend Blythe Metz, who's an amazing chef, and you do everything. You have you counsel people about their health and wellness. You do like makeovers in their. You go in like. Tear through their kitchen too?
Do healthy kitchen makeovers. Yeah. What do you got to get rid of? What do you got to
So you go into their house and you open the refrigerator and go, oh my God.
Get rid of this.
I'm not going to have you look at my fridge.
I don't even let people donate it because I'm like, nobody needs this food. This isn't actually food. It's not really, it's like all made in a lab, from maybe something that used to resemble food.
Right.
Meaning like corn and like what they've done to corn. Corn used to be like somewhat of a healthy thing, and now it's just like a total, bastardized version of itself. It's like,
what would you say? Okay, let's say you opened up your average client. You go and you open up the refrigerator. Well, we'll stick to the refrigerator, not the pantry. You open up the refrigerator. What are like the top 5 things that you always see and you chuck first? You throw it in the trash first.
Juice.
Juice
is the same as soda.
Sugar.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same as soda, and a lot of the juice, even from really big companies, look at the ingredients. It has high fructose corn syrup in it.
Oh.
Sorry, Minute Maid. I'm sorry.
You know
Tropicana.
what? You got juice and the high fructose
corn syrup in it. If it was just juice, it would still be bad, because the only time you should have a juice is when you make it out of a juicer and you eat it fresh. Occasionally apple juice, maybe. Because occasionally you want a soda. It's like okay for that when you're having sugar and you need a little burst of something. Okay, but to just drink juice on a regular basis every morning, to have kids drinking juice.
Oh, that's the thing. Okay, so
kids
juice.
Drink water.
So juice is one of them.
Milk that's not organic.
Right.
No dairy that's not organic.
Gotcha.
None.
Because
there's hormones, steroids, antibiotics in that dairy. A lot of times those cows are fed GMO corn, which cows are supposed to eat grass, organic grass, grass that hasn't had anything done to it,
Right.
And they're eating a grain instead of a leaf, which is completely changes their own biochemistry. So completely changes the biochemistry of milk. Raw organic dairy is very high in omegas, for instance, because that cow is eating grass,
Right.
Conventional milk probably doesn't have any omegas in it because they're eating GMO corn. So it's a completely different food is what I want people to understand.
So we have
juice,
milk.
That's not conventional.
Right.
Conventional milk. If you want to drink organic dairy, in small amounts. There's been studies done where they actually can turn on and off cancer in rats by how much dairy they give. So they show rats with 20% dairy on a diet of 20% dairy, and they have cancer cells. they show rats on a diet of 5% or less of dairy, and the cancer cells turn off. Like they're no longer evident, and they can go back. So that's big.
Okay, so we have two things. We have the juice. We have the dairy, the milk.
Yeah.
That's the conventional.
Yeah.
What else? When you open up a fridge.
Personally, I'm scared of eggs that are not organic because I've
Right,
seen
right.
what's going on with those chickens. And I think organic, particularly pastured eggs, is a beautiful food. I think it's a really, really beautiful food. And even times in my life where I've been mostly vegan, I'll still incorporate some pastured eggs because they're so high in omegas and there's such clean protein and it's so easy. You know, it's like when you're really busy,
It is easy.
you have a hard-boiled egg. So, yeah.
We got juice. We got dairy that's conventional dairy, and eggs that are not organic. What else?
I would take out all processed meats, like lunch meats and things like that. I think that if you want to have like lunch meat for a sandwich, I think a really great thing to do is roast a chicken like once a week. Do a nice chicken roast once a week. Slice off that chicken for sandwiches.
Organic chicken.
Of course. And then put more water on top of that chicken carcass and make a bone broth. Bone broth is so healing for us, and it's so good and it's so easy, and it really does serve our bones, our cartilage, our flexibility, our fluidity.
Bone broth.
Bone broth is amazing. So that's a good thing to do with that cartridge too. So because you know what, again, friends, read the ingredients in the packaged sliced deli meats, because what you think it's chicken, it should just be chicken, right? Maybe a little sea salt. No, there's all kinds of stuff going on.
They got photolototala.
Can't even pronounce it.
I can't. Yeah, and a lot of times, sometimes monosodium glutamate is like thrown in there for just fun. I don't know. They don't need it. Okay, what about when you open the refrigerator of a client and you see all those other things? What about in the condiment thing? Because I know everybody has. Well, I have a bottle of ketchup. Not that I really even. It'll last me forever, and it's organic and all that stuff. But ketchup, I know, has a lot of sugar in it normally, right?
Yeah, it's okay. You know,
Small
ketchup,
amounts.
because there's vinegar in it, which is good, and salt. It's okay in small amounts. The biggest thing with condiments is to check the ingredients, because high fructose corn syrup, once again, has gotten its way into mustard, ketchup, salad dressings, peanut butter, mayonnaise. You know, Miracle Whip has high fructose corn syrup in it. And high fructose corn syrup isn't only a super highly addictive sugar, but it's also made from a highly toxic GMO corn, where the corn itself is embedded in, has a gene embedded into the corn, a pesticide gene that makes the intestines of insects blow up when the insect is eating the corn. So it's not even like a pesticide that's sprayed on the corn that it could get washed off or whatever in the process. It's actually a part of the chemistry of that corn syrup. So we're seeing, you know, a big increase in autistic children, kids on the autistic spectrum, for instance. And one of the symptoms of that is leaky gut syndrome. So we're seeing all these kids with this leaky gut syndrome. Well, what's happening is we're ingesting so much of this GMO corn, which is finding its way into the peanut butter and all these things that parents like have no idea that there should even be corn in that product, and it's creating little tiny eruptions in the lining of our children. And this is like serious. This is really happening. So it's incredibly important that we stay away from high fructose corn syrup. Anything in that fridge that has high fructose corn syrup is going in the garbage, because that's what it is. It's garbage. It's garbage.
Well, and this is a perfect segue to talk about something that you're going to be making available to the listeners. This is an amazing, wonderful offer that Blythe Metz is going to be giving you, the Out of the Box radio listeners. Let's talk about this, because the whole idea about, you know, we want to eat healthy. We want to have food that's not just food, but is like, you know, like superfood. Like when you have the meal, you feel incredible, that it's healthy for you. And you want it so that it's good for you, if it's just you by yourself or you and your family, your children. And you've created something amazing, this digital download massive course. It's not even a course, all these presentations, but these are like super nutritious, healthy, fun recipes that you show people. And most of these you can do in less than 5 minutes, or 5 minutes or less, which is insane, because we're we're always told, we say, oh, I would eat healthier, I would eat better if I only had the time. I don't have time. I don't have time. So
there's a great myth, and the great myth is that there's not enough time, that it costs too much money, and then I don't know how. I don't know how to eat healthy.
Tell our listeners a little bit about what you have here to offer. This is Healthy Recipes in 5.
Absolutely. This is my Healthy Recipes in 5 course, and it's yummy, quick, tasty recipes that you can do for yourself and your family really very quickly and inexpensively. This course has 33 recipe videos, a very comprehensive follow along, so you can watch me make it, and then you can make it right along with me, and then you'll know how to make it, and you can make it yourself. Really easy stuff. I really like what you said about, this food gives you something. I mean, a lot of times we forget that when you actually eat, you should feel great from it. A lot of times we actually eat, I think, to slow ourselves down.
We eat because our stomach is growling, and we're like, I just got to have something.
You just got to have something, right?
But why not have something that's actually super food for you?
Yeah, that's serving your vitality, that makes you feel vital, makes you feel alive.
And you have 33 recipes. And so what is it?
So these are breakfast, these are lunch and dinners and snacks and desserts. Some of the recipes, like I teach you how to make fresh almond milk and fresh hemp milk. I think that video is literally like a minute and 30 seconds. Fresh almond milk and hemp milk serve you in such a profound way, and it's so quick and easy. There's no reason you can't do it literally every day. You can make fresh
almond milk instead of going to the store and buying the stuff that's in those cartons that have been sitting there for
how long? That's the thing. How long?
And what else is in there?
Exactly, to keep it having a shelf life. It's like, that's what I really want people to understand, is like, when you can make something that's alive, or you can buy something that's dead. It's like almond milk in the store
is dead.
You can make it where you germinate the nuts, blend it with some water, or put it through a juicer with some water, and it's alive and it's vital, and it's giving you vital nutrients. And then you're going to tell a difference.
Yeah.
You're going to see a difference. That's the thing that's so exciting, is when you really implement these recipes, you see a difference. Immediately. Yeah. Like the next day, even the same day, you're like, huh. So, oh gosh, fun stuff. I teach you how to make a mango vanilla hemp granola, chocolate banana shake. These are all breakfast stuff. Chia banana breakfast shake. These are so good. So the lunches and dinners. One of my favorite is the tomato basil hemp soup. So good. And it's not a cold soup, it's a room temp soup, but blending hemp seeds, blending basil, fresh herbs are medicine. And so many of us, we have enough fresh herbs in our life. Right. Those herbs are antibiotic, antiparasitic, antifungal, antimicrobial. All these herbs, and they're right here, and a lot of us could just grow them on our kitchen windowsill, and they're super cheap, and that lowers your blood pressure, that lowers your cholesterol, and it's not taking a pill for it. That's also affecting your libido or your digestion, or it's like the design, like life's natural design, is so amazing. And I'm sad for our culture that is so into the pop a pill, that they're missing out on the magic that is created for us. And they're also not only missing out on the magic, but they're damaging themselves. Yeah. Because they're taking the pill. Because they think that that's, and they honestly think that that's the best thing they could do. Right. Because that's what the doctor told them. And it's like, oh man, we give this authority to someone that's only studied pharmaceuticals. They haven't studied how basil helps you. It's like,
there's been so little training in nutrition, and yet
they're not oriented that way, because the pharmaceutical companies actually pay for the medical schools. The pharmaceutical companies heavily sponsor the medical schools, so that the medical schools are teaching their doctrine.
Well, and I think because also there's this myth that it's difficult, and with the program that you've put together, you make it so easy.
Thank you. That
so easy. And you were talking, there's power breakfast, there's super nutrient lunches and dinners, the superfood snacks and desserts. This is I've told you before, the fact that you can have a dessert or a snack, and it's not only tastes amazing, not only does it only take you 5 minutes, but they're super nutritional.
Super nutritional.
Like that's like, you're like, wait.
Yeah, you're like, what? I can have dessert and benefits me? Like, what? yes, this dessert benefits you. This dessert will make you better. And it's delicious too.
That's great.
I teach you in this course how to make chocolates, raw superfood chocolates, and I will tell you, people love these chocolates. And there's a million variations from it, literally. I mean, you could add any fruits, any nuts. That's something else about the recipes. I teach you recipe frameworks, okay? So it's not just about like follow the recipe. This is the framework of how you make this. You can expand. And if you have this herb and not that herb, fine. The tomato, basil, hemp soup, for instance. If you don't have basil, you have fresh oregano, great. If you don't have hemp seeds, you have almonds, great. You have sunflower seeds, great. You know, put a nut in, put an herb in.
Right.
Put the tomatoes in, put the garlic and the ginger in. You know, it's so you can make so much good stuff with garlic and ginger. But the desserts, yeah, I mean, that really satisfies your need for something, right? That's another thing that I really want people to understand is you never have to go without. If you're trying to lose weight, you don't have to go without dessert. Just make my chocolate chia seed pudding.
Right.
And it serves your beauty and it serves your digestion.
We're going to, I want to let listeners have a little bit of an idea of what is in this incredible presentation that you have. Again, it's Healthy Recipes in 5 from Blythe Metz. It has power breakfast, super nutrient lunches and dinners, superfoods, snacks and desserts, and also something very, very special, which she's going to talk about in a moment, another incredible addition, which I think is so vitally important.
It's the most fun.
It's the most fun. We'll talk about that in a second. Let's listen now. We're going to listen to, this is you. I love this. This is you doing the Breakfast of Champions recipe. We're going to listen to that right now.
It's one of my favorites.
And we'll be right back with Blythe Metz, my guest here on Out of the Box Radio.
So today we are making the Breakfast of Champions. I made this video, and posted it like 8 years ago. And it's so funny because, you know, whenever I meet people and I ask them, you know, about green drinks, like, oh, I love green drinks. I'm like, oh, what's the recipe? And they say kale, apple or pear, lemon, ginger, and water. And I'm like, oh, I feel like I really started something, you know, 8 years ago. So a lot of people really love this recipe because it's so easy to remember and it's surprisingly delicious. So that's what it is. It's about 3 or 4 kale leaves. So we'll just go ahead and put the kale in the blender. And then what I like to do is just take the peel off the lemon and put the entire lemon in there. Seeds and everything. Remember, the seed has the technology for the entire forest. So the seeds are super powerful. So then we put about 1 inch of ginger in there. And if you have a powerful blender, it'll just blend up those seeds, blend them right up. So not to worry. Put about 1 inch of ginger. I keep the skin on, generally always keep the skin on. Then we do an apple or a pear. Pears blend very nicely. Now, did you guys know that there's a star in the apple when you cut it horizontally? Isn't that great? If we ever want to know what our food is doing to us, it often shows us. You know what I'm saying? So let's get power from these power foods, yes? So we just cut that right up, put it in there. Cut up that apple. Put it right in there. Then we simply add water and blend. Now juices, blended juices, give you more nutrients than juiced juices, clearly, because you're getting the fiber. And when you're getting the sugars with the fiber helps slow down the assimilation of the sugars. So it's not like this like sugar pow, you know, from the fruits. So blended juices are really lovely and they fill you up more. So when I have my Breakfast of Champions in the morning, I'm good for like 3-4 hours. Seriously, because also greens are very high in protein and a lot of people forget that. So greens, 45 to 65% protein by volume. So, all right, here we go. Such a pretty color, so pretty. That's it. Look how pretty this is. You guys ready? So pretty. You ready? I love this. This is like, oh, you know what I'm saying? It's so good, you guys. So try this at home. Let me know what you think. And until we meet again, feel good, friends. And good food helps. So good. It's everything you need right there. Everything you need right here, right here.
That was, yes, right here. That was Blythe Metz, Dr. Blythe Metz, by the way, talking about just one of the many power breakfasts that are included in Healthy Recipes in 5. Now, this is a massive package on its own with the breakfast and the snacks and the lunch and the dinners and all that stuff that you have, which is amazing. But you have something also included in this that I think is phenomenal, because one of my biggest pet peeves when I go anywhere, department store, grocery store, I look and I see so many toxins and poisons and cancer-causing crap that is in cosmetics and skincare, lotions, potions, cleansers, you name it. It is just disgusting to me.
It is.
We're poisoning ourselves.
Crazy.
And men, and men don't do it as much with all the products. But I mean, you go to my bathroom, you can see I like products. I like oils. I like creams. I like things. I like cleansers.
Butters.
I like toners. Butters. But
scrubs.
Talk about. Well, you talk about in general the skincare. The stuff that's in skincare and lotions and stuff. The chemicals that are in it. But also talk about what you have in Healthy Recipes in 5 too.
Yeah, absolutely. Our beauty industry works with over 80,000 chemicals that are in the cosmetics, and over 60,000 of those chemicals have never been tested by the FDA. So that's like a really scary fact, and it's almost criminal, honestly. And I don't know how that is, but that is the statistic, and there's a lot of junk out there. And really the best skincare is fresh skincare. The best thing for your skin is to go outside and to cut some aloe off, open the leaf, put that gel from the aloe leaf and put that on your face. You're going to go buy an aloe based cleanser and it's going to cost you $75, which is great. I love products too, but really the closer it is to nature, the more it's going to serve your skin, because whatever we put on our skin, we actually absorb not only into our bloodstream,
right.
But obviously, our skin gets it right there. So this extra, this bonus, this natural therapeutic home spas digital download, they're my favorite of all of the beauty recipes I've created. I created these because when I make the food recipes, I always have something that I can rub on my face. When I cut open an avocado, there's like a little bit of avocado left in the avocado shell, and I go, this is really good for my hair. This is really good for my skin. So I, rub it on my face. Or grapefruit peels, and I eat the grapefruit. I have this peel, and I'm going, oh my gosh, this peel. I put it on my skin like a washcloth, and I say, wow, my skin is actually getting nutrients right from the inside of this peel. So, some of these, what do we have here? We have, this is one of my favorites, the mint and parsley juice cleanser. If you juice parsley and cucumber and mint with your juicer and use it as a toner cleanser on your skin, amazing, and then drink the rest, your skin loves that, and it really cleans it, because the mint is very cleaning, the parsley is very cleaning, and the cucumber is very hydrating and very moisturizing for the skin. I mean, you couldn't buy that in a store because it's too fresh. And if it was available in the store, it'd be $100. I guarantee it. And you're like, you just juice.
So you show them
how to juice that.
And again, this is a video presentation of exactly what to do, how much to do it.
Exactly. They're all individual.
And this costs pennies, really. Go
to the farmer's market. It'll cost you $3 to get, to get
all of that. To get all of it.
Yeah. And you have plenty to make yourself a big juice.
I love that.
Too.
What's that?
The honey mask.
The raw
honey moisture mask. I mean, this video talks about all the reasons why it's so good, but it's literally just raw honey that you put all over your face and your neck and your breasts, your arms, your tush. I mean, whatever you want, right? Whatever you want to tighten and
raw honey is awesome for the skin.
So great for the skin. We do a ginger thigh scrub that's really great. We do a goat's milk mask. We do, my favorite, spirulina face, hair, and body mask. Spirulina is one of the most highly nutritive foods on the planet. And I show you how to put it at your hair follicles and the roots to help feed those follicles, so it nourishes the melanin, the color, so you don't lose the color in your hair, which is like awesome.
So then you don't have to dye it. Your hair?
It's awesome, because actually what makes you lose the color is that your body needs nutrients, and so it kind of takes it from wherever it can afford to lose it. Yeah. This is what aging is. Aging is the process of your body not having the nutrients that it needs. That's why people that eat like this, I mean, I know raw foodists that are 75 years old, 2 of them, and they look 50.
Right.
Maybe 45.
Right.
I mean, they look young.
Right.
Young. And it's because they're not aging themselves, because they're actually giving their body everything that it needs. So the spirulina is a bunch of fun too, and your face just your skin just loves that. The chocolate honey salt scrub. I mean, these 12 videos that you'll get is online streaming. So what you're gonna do, you'll get access to all these 45 videos. So you don't have to download them. They'll just be like a membership portal for everyone. So all of these can be made in just a few minutes, and you have scrubs, toners, cleansers, moisturizers, therapeutic bath teas. There is such healing happening when you boil sage, for instance, fresh sage. Boil a big pot of it, dump it in your bathtub, and soak in the sage. Rosemary grows so abundantly in California. And go clip some off a bush. And boil that up and take a rosemary tea bath. That's so therapeutic for your joints. Really helps people with arthritis. It's so soothing, and it's so antiseptic in the body, and so antimicrobial, and it really cleans everything. It's sort of clean. It cleans the body. It's tremendous. The grapefruit cayenne salt scrub. I mean, these are all really beautiful, easy, inexpensive therapeutic home spa treatments that you can find with stuff that's probably already in your refrigerator.
Well, and you can not only can you save probably hundreds and hundreds or thousands of dollars over the course, but you're also again putting something on your skin that is good for it. This is Blythe Metz. Dr. Blythe Metz has something really, really awesome. It's called Healthy Recipes in 5. And this is, again, the natural home spa, all these recipes. She shows you what to do. She shows you exactly all the ingredients. They're inexpensive.
So if you think that you can't cook, this is like the solution, because it literally shows you ABC. This is what you have to do.
And the snacks,
and it's easy.
The snacks and the desserts. Anybody that has kids should have this. I don't have kids, and I want this. Now, what is this? What is the offer for out of the box listeners? I know that this presentation in its DVD format on your website, it's $350 for all of those discs and all that material. But you have the digital download where people have access to this information, and that is normally about $250?
Yeah.
What for you wanted to offer out of the box listeners a very special deal on this?
I wanted to really take care of you guys. We'll do 50% off. We'll do $125 for all of this.
Bam.
You get that bonus therapeutic home spa DVD, or you get the digital download, the access. And you also, I really wanted to give you guys another bonus, and that is a Healthy Kitchen Makeover to-do list. So basically what I do with clients, I say ditch this and include this.
You're going to
I have given that to you. I wrote it all down. And so you guys can have that. So you can just take a look and go, okay, if I really want to glow in my highest version of myself, I got to stop dampening myself with these ingredients and these things, and look for them in your kitchen and get rid of them. And then just include, I have a very simple ABC how-to of what to keep in your fridge, and if you always have those things in your fridge, you always have healthy snacks and healthy things to go for.
That's what I like. Okay, so that's crazy. That's really cool. That's the Healthy Recipes in 5. This is the digital download, access to all this material, power breakfast, super nutrient lunches and dinners, superfood snacks and desserts, this extra bonus material, the natural home spa, so that you can find out about make your own cleanser, your toner, your moisturizer, and you spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on that. That is included. And also this wonderful Healthy Kitchen Makeover report, where you can find out what's in your pantry and in your fridge that needs to go, and what you should put in. More importantly, what you should be putting in. So you're making this available. Again, this is a $250 value. Normally, they don't even get the extra goodies. You're making it available though to our wonderful listeners for a $125 fantastic price.
And it's so easy. I mean, the way that, my guys have created it up there, you see the recipe you want, you click on it and you watch it, and it's all there for you. You don't have to download it. You could download it, but you might not want to take up room on your drives, but it's always right there for you, and the members access.
And the report they can print up right
absolutely,
off of the
you can print it. Yep. And there's a recipe book that you can download too. So you have
a recipe book too?
Yeah. So you can look at the written recipes as well as the videos. So you can print it out,
and so when you go to the grocery store too, you know exactly what to get.
Absolutely. Or you download it, so then it's just in your phone too. You don't even have to print it. It's just in your phone. Yeah.
Okay. And where do they go to get this insane deal?
So go to Healthy Recipes in 5, which is the number 5.com/Christine.
Okay, that's easy to remember. It's Healthy Recipes, so it's plural, Healthy Recipes in 5, the number 5, not the word, healthyrecipiesin5.com/Christine, and it's Christine with a CH. She has set this up specifically just for our wonderful listeners to take advantage of. Again,
and you'll get immediate access as soon as
you're getting immediate access. Again,
access.
the actual DVD is the set with all the stuff, and it doesn't even have all the goodies that you're getting. Retails for $350. The digital download version that was available and didn't have all the stuff that you guys are getting was $250, but you're getting it for $125 plus all these added incredible goodies that Dr. Blythe Metz is including in your digital download purchase at $125. Again, that's fantastic. It's Healthy Recipes in 5, the number 5.com/Christine. You wanted to say something else, yeah?
Just that this is really a comprehensive, all you need to know type of course. It really gives you that foundation. I know a lot of people and a lot of clients that come to me and they just don't know how to cook. For whatever reason, their mother.
I'm raising my hand. You can't see me, but I'm raising my hand. I don't know how to cook.
You didn't see
I live by
cooking.
myself.
You didn't see cooking growing up. As I understand, your dad didn't cook, and so you didn't see it in your environment unless
the
you were
cooking
with
I
your
saw
grandma.
was the back of looking at the people flipping the burgers.
Right.
That was it.
This is how we learn.
This
right?
is how we
And
learn.
So this really
and
allows
it takes
you to see.
And what I love though is that it's 5 minutes.
It's quick.
Who doesn't
and
have
easy.
5 minutes?
It's quick and
to
easy.
eat super healthy, and more importantly, the foods that are also featured in this, and as well as the skincare and everything. It's super food. It's not just food to fill you up.
No.
It's absolutely
food to activate you.
And it's food to. It's the healthiest stuff that you can have. It's the tastiest stuff you can have. And my God, the fact that it only takes you a couple minutes to do it is brilliant. So
and there's
thank you.
nothing missing here for people that really want to lose weight. I've said this one before, but I really want you to understand that you really don't have to go without anything. It makes me sad when people think they can't have dessert, because that's in a sense of lack. That energy of lack and not allowing is not good energy for you to have in your life, and it's not going to serve your weight loss. With this course, it's delicious. You can have the sweets. There's no lack. There's no lack. There's only abundance.
There's only abundance.
And it's going to serve you, and you're going to see a difference right away, which is what's really so exciting.
And like I said, too, what I like about this whole package that you're making available is you've covered everything. You've covered the breakfast. You've covered lunches, dinners. You've covered even snacks, because, listen, I like snacks like anybody else. I like little crunchy little things during the day.
Yeah.
Desserts that are, again, not only delicious, easy to make, but are actually healthy for you. Desserts that are healthy for you.
Yeah, you can have dessert.
And I would say, like I said, one of the best parts is the natural home spa. All these beauty recipes, these things that you can have them in your shower. You can. These are things that you can make so quickly and so easily, and again, so inexpensively, so cheaply.
Yeah. And it gives you that time
it's good
for
your
yourself
body
too.
And it's good for your body.
Yeah.
That's what's gorgeous. And all of these recipes, all of these things that you show people to do in the natural home spa, literally, it would cost $1,000. It would cost so much money if you bought them, and you couldn't even buy them.
If you went to a spa to have any one of those treatments done, it would be a $150 treatment. No question.
Per
treatment. Per treatment. Oh,
that
no
chocolate
question.
honey salt scrub,
Totally.
$150.
For sure.
How about that tomato seed oil rejuvenation facial?
Oh my gosh.
That's probably
$500.
Yeah, exactly.
That, by the way, that acupressure rejuvenation facial, I'm so glad you mentioned that. That is a product on its own. That is a fantastic acupressure facial.
Yeah. Tell them.
It's extraordinary. You watch the video and see there's 15 different points on your face. And when I really do each point for a minute, people have said, oh my God, your face looks amazing. Like, you actually, because it brings all the blood and oxygen right to.
You show them the points on the face.
Yeah. And you do this little massage with it.
She shows you actually, like, physically where to put your fingers. And it takes how long?
It's a 15 minute.
15 minute.
Yeah, it's 1 minute on each point.
And it's with tomato seed oil.
You can actually do it with any oil. You can do it, and you can actually even do it without oil. I just like to do oils, particularly on the thyroid. There's a upward massage motion on the thyroid, and it's just a little nice to have a little oil there. But
we don't pay any attention to our thyroid.
The thyroid
and
is so important.
You know, hypothyroid and hyperthyroid, and what is it, Hashimoto's and all this stuff. People's thyroids are going nuts.
Yeah, and just a little massage can detoxify it because it's bringing blood and oxygen. Blood and oxygen are what heals our whole body. Blood and oxygen. Blood moves the oxygen. Oxygen heals everything. Where there's enough oxygen, there's no disease present. So just the motion brings more oxygen to the area. We're picking up toxicity everywhere. So we need to constantly be doing these things to detoxify our body temples.
I love you, Dr. Blythe Metz.
Love you too, Christine.
You are so awesome. And I want to, again, the reason why I have you on the show is because I want to get as much information to our listeners that will change their life, that will make them happier and healthier, and so that they can be around for a long time for their kids and their grandkids and their loved ones and, their partners, so that they can be healthy together. And I just want to thank you so much for the work that you've done, and really thank you on behalf of the listeners because of this offer that you're giving them. Again, the package, if you had the DVD set, it retails for $350 on her website. The digital download version, and it didn't even have all of these extra goodies that you have, retailed for $250. But for out of the box radio listeners, you're getting it for $125. All of that material, all the access to these incredible videos, where she's so wonderful to watch, and she's really, really beautiful too.
Oh,
I mean, that's not a reason to watch, but she's really, really beautiful too. I'm just saying.
Thank you. And if you guys have any questions for me after you have the course, you can always find me at Blythe Natural Living Facebook. So I really want to be accessible to you. I am here for you. I want to see you be your very, very best. So if you have a question about any of the material, don't hesitate to ask, truly.
So you can be part of the family as well. Go to Healthy Recipes in 5, the number 5, healthyrecipiesin5.com/Christine. Again, you're going to get an incredible value and access, a right away, immediate access to the material for $125, not $350. The website again is healthyrecipiesin5, the number 5.com/Christine. I'll make sure that we put that up on the page as well. Dr. Blythe Metz, you're awesome. You're wonderful.
Thanks.
Any parting words that you would like to say to our listeners, and give out any more information so they can contact you personally if you'd like?
It truly is my prayer that each and every one of you live in the fullness of your destiny every day of your life. And that means feeling great. That means thriving and being your very best self. So if I could be any part of that and inspiring you with food, then I'm truly honored. You can find me at healthyrecipiesin5.com. You can find me at Blythe Natural Living on Facebook or blythenaturalliving.com. I am here for you. So I'm excited to get to know you.
Awesome. Thank you so very much.
Thanks, Christine.
Love. You're incredible.
Thank you.
Again, healthyrecipiesin5.com. That is her website. If you want to get the incredible deal and get access to all of this material, and please do, the natural home spa, the superfoods, the desserts, the lunches, the dinners, the breakfasts, and also the special throw-in. She's doing the Healthy Kitchen Makeover report, and you can print out the recipes. You can have access to them on your phone. It's, again, available at healthyrecipiesin5, the number 5.com/Christine. I want to thank everybody for listening this week. I want to thank so much again, Dr. Blythe Metz, for being with me today.
My pleasure.
And until next time, I just want to remind you to always think out of the box, and we will have another incredible program for you next week. Please stay tuned for more fantastic programming. Don't go anywhere.